I'm gonna take that boy's crown. There's a serpent in these still waters, lying deep down. To that king I will bow, at least for now. One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. 'Cause I am a little wicked. I am, 'cause I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. I'll be high up in that tower, he'll be down there getting stoned. Beware the patient woman, 'cause this much I know. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. 'Cause I am a little wicked. I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. I am a little wicked. I am, 'cause I am. Hands raised, just like it said. I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How is everyone today? What is happening in your wee world? Oof. I'll say a real quick hello to everybody. And then we'll keep it pushing because recently there's been like a whole lot of long live streams and we all only have so many hours in the day. Then you've got to do other things. So I'm going to try and keep it as fast as possible. And look, you know me, I get started talking and then terrible things happen. So, yes, Superman, we keep it pushing. So, hello, welcome in, welcome for those of you that have been here for a hot minute. So, today, we're going to be covering some craziness that has come across my little timeline on the YouTubes. Sometimes people out here just have to do too much. In fact, that's probably every day. But some people have to like push it to the maximum level of doing too much. Like that's their base level. Then they claim to be out here, you know, saving people and doing all the things, and really, they're not. They're just not. It's a whole lot of craziness. And to set the scene for some people, there are two creators in particular I'm going to be talking about tonight. One lesser so than the other. But I'm sure the one that's only getting a bit of a mention will get her own turn at some point. But it's weird. This place is weird. It's just weird. There's too much weirdness, weird people doing weird things, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Um, so we have Crime Stories Obsessed, known as Emma. And then we have her handy dandy little assistant, as apparently she now is, known as Smiley Stories World. If you've been around for a little while, you recognize both of those names. Crime Stories Obsessed is an English lady who, there's a very complex set of things going on there with these people, but we'll not get too deep into it right now. But Smiley's story had taken a post and then a video, then another post, another post that Crime Stories Obsessed had put out this morning, well, the early hours of this morning for me, and has apparently just decided to make it her life's work. It's kind of insane at this point. Now, thankfully, the little video that I'm going to show you is only short, relatively speaking. We're not going to be here for like 4.5 hours. Soup will be incredibly glad of that. Let me see. Right. Remembering which things to push when, to add when, to do the things is like a day's work at the moment. I'm very, very rusty when it comes to knowing what things to hit in what order. But at least I'm not having to wave my cell phone at the screen because Lord knows that's an entire bunch of craziness. What in the Jody Sue Brown is even happening? So, Crime Stories Obsessed has put out a post 12 hours ago, my time, saying this guy is saying he has Sebastian. Police have been informed. Prob rubbish, but it needs checking out. You think? Now, you don't need to be a qualified law enforcement to believe that any and all tips, possibilities, suggestions connected to the case of a missing child should be turned in to law enforcement, all of the law enforcement. It's almost like they're the people with the ability to investigate these things. And when I say almost, I mean entirely. They are the people with the ability to investigate these things. Not YouTube. But as you will see, dear viewer, YouTube had a little go. YouTube was like, sit down, law enforcement. We got this. You can just have a little lie in this morning. We will do your homework for you. What in the fresh hell is this place? Please, dear God, if you ever come across a tip of any description, no matter how seemingly minor you think it is in connection with any case, please turn it into law enforcement. That's the only place that should be going. Don't come to YouTube with it. Don't give it to these people who are going to literally make content out of it. Now, for those of you who've been sitting there saying, well, you're now making content out of it. No, my content today are these creators who have somehow usurped the role of law enforcement. That's my content, not Sebastian Rogers, not his case. That's not what we're doing here. We're talking about the creators, those who assist them, and the crazy, utter bullshit that they're doing on YouTube. It ties into something I want to share with you, and that would be recently Duchess Discussions, as she was formerly known, now just Dutch for the Missing, had a little live stream 2 nights ago now, and within it she was covering some relevant information. I say relevant because it ties in to the same creator. She does not often name check this creator, but it has become necessary recently because that creator has been doing the most for years now. When Smiley's story came to YouTube, well, here's a little wee history lesson. We all know how you love the wee history lessons. When she came to YouTube, she had started on Summerwell's case, and she took it upon herself to reach out to Donald Wells. She got out her little phone book app. She searched for the name and the number. She found a number. She reached out to the person and recorded the whole conversation so that I don't know what she thought she was going to catch them out on or put it out on YouTube or whatever the shenanigans were there. Lo and behold, dear listener, it was the wrong one. She reached out to the father, which would technically be the grandfather of Summerwells. Again, you might give that a pass. Well, he has the same name. What's the problem there? The problem being that it was already known at that point that that man was suffering from dementia. I don't need to even begin to tell you that you do not need to be legally qualified. You just need to have some basic morality and common sense to know that perhaps questioning someone with dementia just for YouTube fuckery is not the best plan. But that's what she did. And since then, her attitude has changed several times. She issued an apology that was really a half-arsed apology. We've seen a lot of those recently as well. People doing these little half-assed, well, I'm sorry about it, but... if you're sorry, then you do better. Unfortunately, a lot of these people tend not to do better. And that's what we're going to view here. So, for the past couple of years, Smiley's story has been continuing not to do better. She takes little fits and starts, reaching out to people, contacting people, fucking about, finding around, or, as the title of today's live stream is, smile about and find out what. Somehow she thinks it's cute or like adorable or something. I mean, as we all know, everybody in the chat, I am the official the official adorableness on the YouTubes. But yeah, smile about, find around, find out. Find around is Susan's description. That's a whole different kettle of fish. Anyway, so she's been doing the most out here for a long while, investigating people. And when I say investigating, she chooses to put out information that really no regular citizen should be screwing about with. Again, there's that whole messy thing of, well, if it's public knowledge, if it's public domain, we have the right to have it. I would love to see their reaction if someone gathered all of the information that they are so happily playing with about other people and just shoved it into a Discord somewhere, you know, for research purposes. I would love to see their reaction. Do you think it would be okay? I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I mean, I wouldn't be okay with it. But then again, I wouldn't be doing it. But to them, this is normal, real normal behavior. It's insane. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, Widow. Right, well, I'll play this a little bit first. So, and thank you very much, Widow, by the way. This post was put up by Crime Stories Obsessed. This is the English lady that I was talking about, Emma. Now, again, whatever your views are on these people, this isn't to stir up some sort of hate mob. This isn't to stir up fight or antagonize anybody. It's not to get anybody to take any effort. No, it's just to increase awareness of what is actually happening. Because I genuinely think that those people who are newer to this sector don't see it. Those of us who've been around for a wee minute, we see it. We see it. We see it every day, and it becomes nauseating. This place becomes so full of bullshit that it makes it impossible for people to actually find out any genuine information. So Crime Stories Obsessed, I put out this wonderful little message. So if this guy is saying he has Sebastian, police have been informed. Probe rubbish. Now there's your first problem there. Probe rubbish. If you care about this information so much, maybe you could, I don't know, finish the words that you're writing. But okay, Emma, knock yourself out there, girl. Now, the screenshot goes as follows. It's between one person on the right in purple, who we don't know who that is. It is not the purple I speak of on a regular basis. Now, let me make that very clear. And then the person on the left is this supposed guy who we'll talk about in a wee second. So the first message says, "Why did you message me?" Then the guy in question says, "Someone is being here with me, name that name." Purple name says, "Who? Sebastian Rogers?" Guy in question says, "Hell yeah. I'm just trying to know." Guy in purple says, "You're trying to know what?" Guy in question says, He's here with me, though, since some weeks. Wonderful. Wonderful. Purple person says, "Who are you to him?" Guy in question says, "Find him on the roadside if you got his family. LMK. Let me know." "I don't want to free him." Person in purple says, "Okay." Guy in question says, "Yeah, he said he was kidnapped." And then there's just a pile of other screenshots. It says that there's 8 further screenshots. Now, multiple things. She said, as it turns out, to cut a long story short, apparently they found this on Facebook. Lord help us all. They found this on Facebook, and since then, the little investigators that could have taken it upon themselves to run across the internet and hunt down these people because, apparently law enforcement can't manage it or something. Now, I don't know about you all in the chat. I'm sure some of you have heard this story already, have seen it, all those kind of things. But it would seem to be good practice maybe to, like I said, turn it into law enforcement. Maybe report it to the platform that you saw it on, even if you think it's such, egregious in nature or needs tracked in some way. But then to make content out of it, it kind of gets weird. To go full Nancy Drew on this, full Pippi Longstocking investigating, doing the most, is pure craziness. And that's where we are. These people have been out here doing the most. Now, there's one other pertinent part of Emma's post here that I want to show you. Well, 2 parts actually. So she made this post only an hour ago, where Emma had followed up her initial post that she made with a video first thing this morning, my time. And it says, "I made a video today on this man where he was suggesting he had Sebastian. I told you his name was Robert Humans. But I have been told that Robert was the man who posted it. The man in the photo that stated he had Sebastian is called Marcus Salazar. As you can see in the tiny writing above Robert, I'm sorry for the inconvenience in respect of trying to always give you the correct info." So apparently she couldn't see the tiny writing. Now, here we have said tiny writing. Again, these are investigators who don't know how to use any sort of zoom function on their screen, but okay, great, love that. They're going to do all the investigating. Wonderful, wonderful. Again, basic problems. It shouldn't have to be explained. And one more notable thing before we move on to Smiley's video is that you can see from this image that there's more than a passing resemblance to the father of Sebastian Rogers. Now, could that just be a huge coincidence and all of this be connected and legit? Sure, could be. You know who has the ability to investigate that? Law enforcement. That's right. Law enforcement. They can do all of that. You know who doesn't have the ability to investigate that? YouTube. So, like I said, Crime Stories obsessed. She had made a couple of posts, couple of videos. She's doing the most out here, just for the case, of course, because the case is so important to her. As you'll see in a wee minute, these people that we're about to speak on really don't give a flying whatever about these cases or the people within them. I have to remember to calm down sometimes. It's too much. These people out here are doing too much. Too much, I tell you. Alright, apologies. I needed to take a wee sip of water. I hate listening to people with like cotton mouth or, where they're just like, because that's kind of gross. So this is where we move along to this other lady. Smiley Stories World. Smiley then saw that wonderful post and took it upon herself to reach out and investigate. Now, because I've been around the YouTubes for a hot minute, I'm not going to be putting any content on here that's going to be able to be stricken, so I can only apologize in advance, but I was inspired by the smiley theme of it all. And so my overlay is full of smileys, just for purely sarcastic purposes. And we have a whole squeaky little voice situation, not just me. So yeah, because we ain't doing that. And as you can see, we have also the copyright disclaimer at the top of the screen. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Alliances made for fair use purposes such as criticism, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. So let's get into the juicy part of this chaos. This is Smiley's live stream from today. Now I'm going to skip forward through her little intro because it's a lot. God bless whoever made that on CapCut, but you could have at least edited the CapCut logo off the end, possibly. I don't know. But then again, I'm not waving my phone at the screen either. So let's hear what wonderful things Smiley says. Now, there's times where she's just going to be given an introduction and then she's going to set up the scene, dear listener, of what has actually been going on here and the wonderful world of Smiley's research. Buckle in, everybody. Grab a pillow. You're going to need it because you'll want something to squeeze quite severely. Possibly stay away from anything breakable. Those are just my personal recommendations, having already watched this twice and found my own blood pressure hitting the roof. And yes, I'm going to check it now, widow. Right, so let's go.
Okay with me. That is okay with me because they can catch it on the replay. Hello, Peppermint Patty, Jessica, D, Coffee. Hello. Speaking of coffee, I got some coffee grounds on my cup. Hello, hello, Karen Sue, Estelle, Sarah Wood, Queen of Love. We all about love over here. Angela, good morning. Suzanne, hello. Erica,
They're all about love over there, not remotely about bullshit. Just love.
Coco,
Just
Uncle
love.
from the UK. I know I said that wrong, probably. Carla, welcome, though.
Oh
Welcome,
my God.
Missy and Jessica. I see you. Good morning. I got some goodies for
I see you. There's a name most people will be familiar with. Let's carry on. And yes, Smiley's got some goodies for us this morning. Take that terminology in. Goodies. In a missing child's case, goodies. Now, again, the validity of what this claim is by this person, Marcus Salazar, whoever they may be, whether they're real, whether they're fictional, whether they're a troll, that's not for YouTube to decide. That's for law enforcement to decide. There's several very good reasons. I'm not going to go into them right now. I will later. On why YouTube should not be the ones investigating this. It should be law enforcement. And that's why I also mentioned Crime Stories Obsessed, considering that she, for all intents and purposes, is a qualified paramedic in the UK. I would hope she would have slightly better concern for public safety than this. Obviously not. Obviously just recklessly putting everything out there. Everything. So back to Smiley.
y'all this morning. I got some goodies. I gotta have one more drink of my coffee, honey. Honey, Marguerite.
Do you see my little smileys? Look at them.
Nothing like some good old coffee for me to get my brain started. So, I was thinking, well, I wasn't going to go live with this, but it got a little rough there on the end for me. Y'all will see. First, for those in the bushes, and I'm sure there is some in the bushes. I'm sure there's one in particular in the bushes. Y'all do know, unfortunately, we have trolls in every case. Sebastian, he's still missing.
Yes, Sebastian is still missing, and this live stream will do nothing to help find him. You'll see why. It's only going to make things more complicated, more confused, and leave people who on YouTube struggle to take on even basic information a lot of the time. It's only going to leave certain people believing that there's a shred of truth to this. That this person who just claims out of nowhere that they have Sebastian Rogers has messaged some person that we don't know who that was even, that they have this child. I don't need to go through the statistics for mental health illnesses in the community to be able to show you that even just for by the normal nature of trolling, this could be somebody that is incredibly unwell. And these reckless idiots are out here playing. So smile it up, Smiley. That whole smile around and find out. You're doing the most out here. And it's disgusting.
I've been busy trying to keep up, and I'm going to go live later to do some more things, honey. I wasn't planning this live this early. Sometimes the best laid things are not planned or something like that. Something like that.
I
And then
love
I
you,
printed
Danny.
out the new, or a new flyer. I don't know that it is new. But missing child, bring.
Okay, so she gets a couple of credit points for putting out some missing flyers that she waves half-heartedly at the screen. I mean, God help anybody trying to actually look at that and get the information from it. But okay. Again, it's just amazing. One thing is always very clear in this is Smiley's own self-promotion. On the background that I have very happily obliterated with my edition of Smileys, and trust me, I could have went full idiot. The first edit I did of this video was hilarious, but maybe a little bit much. So I went with this one. But yeah, in the background, she has those little like 1997 smileys. I'm assuming the rate that she got from her local print shop to put up this effort in the background was at 1998 prices, because that could be the only excuse for whatever the heck it is we're watching. Oh, a helpful reminder. Smiley is also the person who has done two, well, a whole lot of questionable things, but two very notable ones. One of her recent and long-standing YouTube buddies was Doug from No Thanks. You know, Doug that got himself deplatformed, Doug that was posting nud pictures of females, Doug that was an effective troll in his own right. But she's out here talking about trolls in every case, seemingly oblivious, literally oblivious to her own part in the trolling. It's too much. It's too much. The second part she also did was that she had hooked up, professionally speaking, and I use that in the loosest term, with the writer of a book on Summer Wells. As you know, probably most of you, Summer Wells still has not been found. There is basically no new information on Summer Wells since she went missing that law enforcement has released anyway. The rest is speculation, conjecture, gossip, all that stuff. All Smiley's wheelhouse, really. So yeah, she chose to be BFFs with this guy, promote the book, interview the guy, do the most. There's more, but you'll hear that later.
Bring me home, he says. He wants to come home.
No shit.
Sebastian Rogers, missing since February 26, 2024, from Hendersonville, Tennessee. Now 15 years old. Male. Has the numbers on there. An Amber Alert has been issued on behalf of the Sumner County Office for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Sebastian was last seen wearing black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and glasses. He has a medical condition that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. How can you help? Scan, view, and
She again half-heartedly waves the QR code at the screen. I mean, good luck scanning it with her fingernail on top of it, but okay.
share his QR code. Report sightings. Call 911 or 1-800 The Lost, Sumner County Emergency Communications, which is 615-451-3838.
You know what it doesn't say on that poster, Smiley? Any information that is given to you, please take it upon yourself to investigate it. It doesn't say that. But yet here we are. And it's only going to get more crazy from here on in. So that was the good portion of her life. The little intro and the actual missing poster information for Sebastian Rogers. There are many credible creators who cover Sebastian Rogers, his case, rather than delving into the muckraking and craziness. Please, I encourage you. The best power we have as viewers is not to support those who are out here deliberately adding to the chaos. Now, Smiley in her little world thinks she is resolving some chaos, but just like Crime Stories Obsessed, she has made a whole world of shit today that will never go away.
And you can also call 1-800-TBI-FIND. All that is very important. Hello, allegedly, Shell. And Shell, thank you for watching out for me last night. Everybody, Teddy Bear, yep, report any fake accounts or anything like that. Absolutely. We're going to watch this real short. Y'all might have already saw it. This is what I woke up to, and the very first thing I saw this morning. And then I was on it, of course.
Oh, she was on
I
it.
care about Sebastian. I care.
Now, if I'm going to be charitable, I do believe she cares a little about Sebastian. But I think she also cares more about her own channel, her channel building, as we will see further on in this stream. She's out here networking, doing the most, and just happily spreading any old shit in the middle of a missing child's case. Well done, Smiley. Well done.
I know you do, babe. I know you got me, Shell. And I appreciate Jay so much. Y'all just don't know how much I love that girl. Y'all drop Jay for Justice. Like, honey, she don't need me.
Oh, she's right about that. Jay for Justice doesn't need you. Now, your personal opinions on Jay for Justice aside, dear listener, what we have here is the formation of a useful idiot. Smiley and her team of little researchers are now useful idiots for J is for Justice. So please keep that in mind if you're viewing, supporting these people, that this is what you're endorsing. This crazy bullshit.
I'm just ill bitty.
Ill bitty.
But she's so sweet. She is. I wish I could get over there as much as I want, but she knows I love her. I always have. I've watched her from way back when I come on here.
Really? Because then you would know that Smiley and J is for Justice have some similarities at times. Some absolute clangers of missteps. Some absolute craziness that they will put out here in the name of a case research. But yeah, love this. This is the seventh circle of hell, everybody. Welcome.
But she has to be the most adorable person on YouTube. I mean, seriously, she does. And she's got all her crap together. Which, Lord have mercy, I'll never have all my crap together.
Well, again, truer words could not have been spoken so far. At least one of you has your crap together, because it sure as shit is not you, Smiley.
But anyway, drop J for Jet. There you go.
Yeah,
Honey,
drop
she hit
her
over 100. I don't
legs,
even know what
drop
she
her
is now. I haven't been in there in a few
legs.
days. But she's got, I was in there right at the end when she got over 100,000 people, and then it kept going up, kept going up.
Ding, ding, ding,
Lord
ding.
have mercy.
And now you find out why Smiley is so happily promoting Jays for Justice all of a sudden. It's almost like this is a blatant sub grab. Aww. Aww, it's so cute. She's so carried away with herself and the information that she has that she couldn't even pretty it up a little. She's just putting out all of the things. All of them. Oh, dear God.
And Smiley wouldn't know nothing about that.
Well,
no, nothing.
Smiley doesn't know much.
But yeah, that was great. I mean, that was just great. That was great to see. That was a big accomplishment. I think she said it.
Right? Could you send a couple of those subs my way? J is for Justice. Could you send them over to me? Please? Huh? Please? Huh? 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 This is pathetic.
It took her 5 years. Lord have mercy. But time does fly. Time does fly. Okay. I can't with this right now. I can't. I apologize. I can't with it right now. Because y'all know me, I get sidetracked. Okay. Now, hold on a minute. Some people don't know I'm live. I'm early. I don't make a schedule. Sometimes I say, I'm going live. And like,
Dear God. Just to clarify, no Baton Rouge. Relax. Don't worry yourself. We're good. I think it will be clear. If you didn't hear the start of the stream, it'll certainly be clear from what's about to come that I do not support any of this. Any of it. Not the creator, not the information, not the methodology, none of it. That being said, though, please do not take hate or nasty comments to these people. Nothing good comes of that. The one thing that we have under our control is to share information. Generally, whenever you start going over to someone else's platform to engage, even if it's the most soft, gentle, loving correction, people don't take it well very often. Most of the time, it just, especially these more sensitive types, they tend to get very upset. So please, I repeat, do not go over there with any hateful nonsense. Right, Popcorn? We're classy. We're classy over here. Oh, dear.
now, what now? In 5 minutes. And I ain't even got my live stream up. So here we go. Hold on a minute. I know my mods hate me for that. But anyway, sometimes I don't even tell them, but whatever.
Is this a surprise to your moderators, Smiley? The bullshit you're about to do? The fact that you even have any moderators by the end of this is amazing to me, but okay. Some people will support anything. Yeah, Soup, I would put your comment on screen, but apparently I cannot access my comments at the moment for some ungodly reason. You can indeed cuss her all of the way out, just not on her channel. I would encourage you to do that on your channel, all of the other channels, just not at her channel. Yeah, you can say all of the things. All of them. I'm about to say a whole lot of them.
Y'all talk about Tennessee time. I was born and raised in Tennessee. I don't know about Tennessee time. I'm just on Smiley's time. But anyway, good morning.
Don't you dare blame any of this nonsense that you're about to pull on Tennessee time. Because as we all found out through YouTube, I am officially from Tennessee. That came from somebody who's actually very close to Smiley. So yeah, that should tell you the level of research that's going on there. Do you hear my voice? Does any of that sound like it's from Tennessee? Any of it? No. That's where that came from. So yeah, that's right. I actually live with Soup. I live at Wee's. We and Soup living together in perfect harmony. It's a great thing, a beautiful thing. If you could please send love and support to Soup at this difficult time. It's insane. Iris, I can't. It's craziness. To me, if somebody can get something that basic incorrect, everything else is going to be questionable. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to say. So yeah. Hello to my fellow Tennesseans. I am from the Appalachia region. I said that deliberately. My girls are going to hate me for it, but please, you know why I'm doing it. Forgive me this once. This once. This once. Come on now.
Morning, everybody, come in. Okay, shoot. I wish I could do as good as Jay. She is doing so much. Yes, she is. And she's beautiful. Oh my God. Talk about beauty. I would like to interview her and know what she did, like coming up, if she was popular, if she was like, she's just beautiful. She's and I appreciate Jay so much. Y'all just don't know how much I love that girl.
That was my
Y'all
fault. I did an art.
Jay for
I
Justice.
pulled an art.
With this
I
right
hit
now,
the button.
I can't. Lord have mercy.
I was fiddling with the
It's
buttons.
great. I mean, that Lord have mercy. What she is now, I haven't been in there a few days. Person on live. I'm early. I don't make a schedule. Sometimes I say I'm going live, and like now, I would like to interview her and know what she did. Like
She wants to do an interview. I mean, she has showed zero interest in interviewing Jays for Justice prior to her hitting 100,000 subscribers, but now all of a sudden she wants to do an interview. Subscribe. I need to make a little intro or something for that, because that is a very common thing. Dear bless us all. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, stars. I'm writing your name down in the late book. All you have missed is Smiley's annoying. I'm from Tennessee. These people are crazy. We're about to watch some crazy shit. That sort of brings you up to speed. Everybody else has had to listen to me go on for 400 years so far, but the next part will be a lot quicker.
like coming up, if she was popular, if she was like, she's just beautiful. She's like a natural beautiful, inside and out. But anyway.
What in the low-key shade is that? She's like a natural beautiful. Oh, dear bless us.
Okay. All right. So let me do this. We're going to watch this just a second, because this has to do with what I'm going to do. Hold on. And then here we go. Oh, no, you got done. Well, whatever. I don't care what.
What's that, Smiley? Let's hear that little nugget again, because this goes back to something I have recently mentioned about our old friend crime sleuthing. Whenever Smiley initially reached out to who she thought was the father of Summer Wells, who actually turned out to be the grandfather of Summer Wells with dementia, living in an entirely different state. And apparently she had a whole conversation with this man and never noticed. Never, not a thing, not a thing. Even when other people tried to correct her afterwards, she didn't want to acknowledge it. But then there was a half-assed apology. Sorry about it. There was crying. There was like, and yet here we are. This is her response to it now. This is the real Smiley.
So let me do this. We're going to watch this just a second because this has to do with what I'm going to do. Hold on. And then here we go. Oh, no, you called Don's dead. Well, whatever. I don't care what y'all think. But hold on a minute.
She doesn't care what y'all think. She doesn't care. I'm assuming that the parents of Sebastian Rogers will be included in that, and I have no idea because I am not law enforcement. I am not actively involved in any investigation. I'm just a viewer on YouTube. Some people forget that sometimes, that that's where we are. We're on YouTube. But these people have went full Hallmark afternoon movie and are investigating crimes, clearing people, researching people, doing the most. And somehow thinking they have done the Lord's work. I don't think the Lord has asked for your help in this matter, Smiley, but okay.
Screen. And this credit goes to Crime Stories Obsessed.
Oh, definitely. Shout out to Crime Stories Obsessed. Without you doing the most, we would have never known about this. If you had just handled this information by taking this little post that was made on Facebook and, turning it into law enforcement like a normal human being. But no, you chose to put it all out on YouTube. That would be the same Crime Stories Obsessed who said that she couldn't see the tiny writing on the screen, but she's out here investigating shit. Okay, alrighty.
Crime Stories Obsessed.
Uh-oh. Can't hear it. Hold on.
Apparently Smiley has technical issues.
With
Who'd have
them
thunk it?
beans.
When you have to give yourself like a breaking news intro, you should know that some shit's gone wild. You're either ready for some excellent parody or sarcasm, or you're about to watch somebody make an entire fucking idiot of themselves on YouTube. I'll let you decide which one that we're watching.
Okay, guys, so we're talking about the Sebastian Rogers case. Apparently, there's some guy who has been sending messages to someone on, looks like Messenger, and he is saying that he has Sebastian Rogers. It's probably a load of rubbish. The police have been told about these messages.
It's probably a load of rubbish. Probably a load of rubbish. But the police have been told. We'll unfold some of this near the end.
It probably is just a load of rubbish. It needs to be investigated ASAP.
Investigated by whom? Crime Stories Obsessed. Investigated by Smiley. investigated by YouTubers? Or perhaps investigated by law enforcement? You know, professional people with qualifications who do this on a day in, day out basis. You know, it being their job and everything.
But I wanted to bring this to you because there's a lot of people on YouTube that don't have Facebook. Okay, so this man, the man who is apparently saying he has Sebastian, says to this other person, "How are you to Sebastian Rogers?" Doesn't really make much sense, but that's what he says. So this random person says, "I don't..."
Oh, none of this is about to make sense. None of it. It's only going to get progressively worse as we go along. So please, if you're looking for sense to be made of this, it's not going to happen. Not from Crime Stories Obsessed, not from Smiley Stories World. I am certainly not going to add sense to it other than this is bullshit. So yeah. Tiluwupu Ert is the Irish ambassador's pronunciation of Earth, and Earth changed her username and is now stuck as Ert for 2 weeks. So if you could all congratulate Ert in the chat, she is loving that for herself. So please take every opportunity over the next 2 weeks to address her with her new God-given name.
"Don't know him. Just a kid I see is missing. Why?" So this man said, "Okay." So the other person said, "Why did you message me?" So this man who's saying he's got Sebastian said, "Someone is been here with me. Name that name." So the random person says, "Who? Sebastian Rogers?" So this man says, "Hell yeah. I'm just trying to know."
Do you hear that, everybody? Smiley's on the case. Relax, everyone. Relax. Smiley's got it all under control. Don't know about everyone else, but that just heightens my anxiety.
So the random person says, "You're trying to know what?" So the man says, "He's here with me though, since some weeks ago." So this person says, "Who are you to him?" So the man said, "I found him on the roadside. If you got his family, let them know. I don't want to free him." So this person says, "Okay." So the man says, "Yeah, he said he was kidnapped and he escaped." So the random person said, "Who?"
Again, if you don't see some of the very obvious issues within this, true crime is not the place for you. It's insane what we're about to witness. Insane. But thank the Lord, thank the baby Jesus that Crime Stories Obsessed made a handy dandy video after her other 48 posts, even though apparently she couldn't read shit on them. And Smiley is on the case. And as Sue quite rightly says, Smiley talking about herself in the third person. But yeah, she's got this all under control.
Kidnapped him. So the man said, saying he don't want to go back home. So what's this about? Who is this guy? His name apparently is Robert Humans.
Wrong.
Probably shouldn't be giving him the screen time.
Probably.
Is he telling the truth? Did he find Sebastian on the roadside? Is Sebastian at his property? Why is he saying that Sebastian is with him? Why is he saying that Sebastian told him he'd been kidnapped and he'd escaped? Why is he saying he doesn't want to free him? What's going on? And he's saying that Sebastian's been with him for weeks now. Do you believe this? What do you think about it? It sounds like a load of crap to me.
Funny you should say that, Crime Stories Obsessed. The fact that a trained paramedic who deals with the public on a daily basis cannot say there are some clear signs that all is not well here. That would be one issue. But again, it takes me back to the primary issue of you turn it into law enforcement. You aren't investigating shit. You aren't going to take anyone to court. You aren't going to be able to take punitive action upon someone. What if he did? What if this man did have Sebastian? What if they have another child? What if they're mentally ill and they're considering such actions? Because we know that usually when crime cases are reported, it creates an uptick in people with a series of complex health needs who copycat the behaviours. There are people who will claim to have set fires and done things that they don't even live in that area. They're nowhere near it, but they'll claim they've done it. So for these true crime content creators not to see that all is not well, and that's where it should end. It's not up to us to second guess it, but all is not fucking well here.
But there you go. That's what was on Facebook this morning. And supposedly this guy is behind the text messages. It has been sent to the police. They are aware of it. I'm sure they will be going to check this guy out. It is a...
You're sure? You're sure? Did you have a little chit chat? Because as we're about to find out, there's a whole lot more information because these little investigators have been out here doing the most. They didn't give law enforcement chance to do anything. Not to research, not to investigate, not to reach out to people. They did not give them a chance. They just ran to YouTube to put out the news. Gotta get the clicks and views, yo, because that is what these two have done this for. It is not to help Sebastian Rogers. It is not to help his family. If anything, it just adds a whole level of complicated bullshit that doesn't need to be there.
The lead, even though it's probably a load of rubbish, but who knows? So let me know what you think in the comment section about this. I'm sorry I can't get the messages any bigger because they weren't put on Facebook as singular messages. It was just put as like a placement of all the messages together. So I've had to zoom in on them. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll be back with you again soon. Bye, guys.
So the researcher couldn't find a way to make the messages any bigger, you know, with the tiny writing with which she has already incorrectly named the supposed person in the photograph, the supposed person who claims, because anybody could just claim to do this. I don't know how many of you are on Facebook, Twitter, any of the other platforms, but you will see a whole lot of strange behavior on social media. People do weird stuff on a constant basis. And again, I'm not saying it shouldn't be reported to law enforcement. It should, absolutely. But you don't need to go live about it. You don't need to make videos about it and post after post after post. Including Crime Stories Obsessed made a little hissy fit post at one point because she didn't want people coming in to correct her that maybe there might be something wrong here. But Smiley's on the case, everybody. Buckle in.
Oh, it's real. So I thought about it.
Oh,
and
shit.
me being me, I don't care what the naysayers say, me being me. Oh no, he got all the things. Well, it might be a different picture. The picture might be different, but I know exactly who he is and trust and believe. TBI, FBI, and anybody else that wants to know knows, and any haters want to say anything about it.
Hey, Smiley, because I hate this. I entirely hate this content. I do. I do not hate you as a human being, but I hate this content. This is base level bullshit. This is nonsense. And you're out here putting it out like it's valid information, like you have done something, you have solved something. So trust and believe, Smiley. We see you. Trust and believe. With every sub grab you make, people see the pathetic attempts that you make in these cases, all to just build a channel for yourself. And don't ever come out here saying that I did this for free. Shame on you, Smiley. You should be ashamed of this. Crime Stories Obsessed, you should also be ashamed of this. I'm ashamed for you, and I don't even know you. You have just made law enforcement's job even more difficult. Congratulations.
Good for you. But y'all are fixing to hear it all.
Good for
here
you.
on live. Let's go. And that's why I'm making this short, because I don't have time for the freakery this morning. I got stuff to do, and then I'll come back on later. And I will.
Oh, she's in a hurry, everybody. She doesn't have time for the frickery, but she had time to go live about it. She had time to do research. It's almost like she has a little team of unfortunate people who are happily digging into anybody. Trust me, if you have been on YouTube, these people have dug into your background as well. Which brings me to a key part of this. Duchess, Dutch for the missing. She did a live stream this week, and if anybody knows Dutchie, I've known her for years, longer than Smiley. One thing I will never question is that she has a passion and a drive to help and support victims and the families of victims. To the extent that there's times where I'm like, what are you doing? This makes me uncomfortable because I have opinions. My opinions don't matter shit. What matters is that the families are supported. That matters. But this lady, Smiley, until recently, was sort of on a cordial friendship basis with Duchess. And if you go and watch Duchess' most recent live stream, you will see that there's a whole level of fuckery, not frickery, fuckery, utter fuckery going on with Smiley. You should not be researching YouTube users, subscribers, getting their social security numbers, their addresses, digging into their backgrounds. You shouldn't be doing any of that shit. And yet you're doing it. But Smiley doesn't have time for the frickery, right, Smiley? And Smiley has been doing that for years, everyone. Years. It's one key reason why Smiley and I will never get on. Never. Because that's weird. Who are you, Smiley? You YouTube law enforcement or something? And who is helping Smiley get this information? Do people know, other YouTube users, that their information isn't being shared in Smiley's little Discord and Smiley's little DMs? Just curious. That's a whole lot of people. Right, Soup? Why do you need someone's social security number? Why? What are you doing? And I hope that those who do have proof of what was done report that to law enforcement. In fact, I know they have. Love that for you, Smiley.
He'll come back on, I promise. Okay, hold on. Let's see, where is this idiot at? And just so you know, this conversation started at 7:01 a.m. my time, Central Standard Time. So
she flicks through a whole pile of messages that she has had. Smiley took it upon herself to get up and at 7:01 start messaging some person from Facebook because Smiley's going to find out. Smiley is on the case, everyone. Dear God, can someone take away Smiley's coffee, because this is too much. This is way too much.
I'm just going to read it to you. Oh, and he's active now. He's probably trying to get some other food. See, I learned a lot of stuff in the Summer Wells cave.
What's that? What? You learned a lot of stuff in the Summer Wells case? Obviously, you've learned nothing. Evidently, you have learned nothing. Because here you are, again, putting out information that you have no idea the validity of which. You're not even giving law enforcement the chance to investigate it, but you're on the case. What have you learned, Smiley? How to grift? Because one thing for sure is that instead of at the bottom of your screen, instead of any information about Sebastian Rogers, there's a handy little ticker for Smiley's merch. So absolutely, if you would like to go and purchase some Smiley merch, head over to her channel. Lord knows that's much more important to her right now.
Case with David Cohen. Smiley ain't going there. You live.
David Cohen, for those who don't know, was a troll that was going round multiple channels. And again, people didn't need to research anything. You just report it to law enforcement. That's, again, their job. I keep having to repeat it because apparently people don't understand it. That's what they do. David Cohen was contacting multiple creators and saying some very unusual stuff. But Smiley took it upon herself to start investigating, befriending, researching, digging into it, causing havoc yet again. Do you know what we found out from all of that? Nothing. But that's what she spent her time doing. That was her on Summer's case. That was her helping Summer, apparently. The fact that you would need to be told not to be entertaining someone like that shows that you do not have the discernment necessary to know your arse from your elbow, never mind what lead to follow. So yeah, wait till you hear this little nugget. It's glorious. Welcome in, Primary Mom. Wait till you hear this little bit. I couldn't believe it. My jaw dropped at this moment.
Trying to get some other food. See, I learned a lot of stuff in the Summer Wells case with David Cohen. Smiley ain't going there. You live, you learn. You live, you learn. Smiley's still learning. Smiley's learned a lot of stuff, okay?
You live, you learn. You live, you learn. Smiley's still learning. Smiley's learned a lot of stuff. Smiley does this on a constant basis where she talks about herself in the third person. Again, anybody with the most rudimentary understanding of psychology would tell you that that gives you a huge insight into the psychological makeup of a person. It's a it's a lot. I would encourage you to go and read up about that. But Smiley's learned a lot, apparently. Apparently what she has learned to do is to message people on Facebook. That's what she's learned. And to go live about it. Aren't you proud? Aren't you proud, everybody? You can all relax. Smiley is on the case.
Not dumb by any means. So anyway.
You sure?
Mr. Marcus, I said, I seen Emma's, and yes, I did message him. Ta-da! So I said, so I have a couple of questions if you don't mind.
Isn't it cute that she bought her own little musical interludes as well? I mean, that's adorable. Adorable. One handy thing during the timeline of this that she doesn't say, I give law enforcement 48 hours a week to handle it so that they could maybe assess the situation, reach out to this person. Because, yeah, chances are that they have Sebastian Rogers are very small, as you will find out why. There's obviously a reason that this person is reaching out to do this, and it's not just as simple as creating some frickery on Facebook.
How do you know anyone in the Sebastian Rogers case? Did you contact someone and tell them you had him? Do you have him? Where did you get him? Because you look like from your profile you live in Oklahoma.
She can't even read her own comments, which would make you question if she was actually the one to make this contact with this person at all. Oh yeah, yes, Soup. She contacted this person, whoever they may be, person, people, whatever, whether they are or they are not the person named or the photograph or anything, but somebody is attached to that account, whoever it is. She didn't give law enforcement the chance to go and investigate it. She just took it upon herself. Welcome in, Tragedy Pimps Exposed. Hi. 7 o'clock this morning, she chose to do this. She was on the case. It's insane. But apparently, these questions that she's reading out, that she supposedly asked this person, she can't even read them. Now, if you'd only written that a matter of hours ago, chances are you'd remember it. You wouldn't have to struggle to read it, right? So did somebody else do this for you, Smiley? I hope law enforcement is looking into every one of you that does this. Because this is so dangerous. I don't even know what to tell you. Imagine theoretically that this man is legit. He is a real person living in whatever town he lives in. And for whatever reason, he has taken it upon himself to do this. How do you think people in that area would react to that? Do you think they're just going to ignore it? Oh, there's that guy that claimed to have a missing kid, that claims to be taking children. Let's go buy him an ice cream. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But Smiley's on the case.
Do you have him? Where did you get him? Because you look like from your profile you live in Oklahoma. And how did you even know about him if you were not following the case? Then, did you not think to call 911?
She's written him a book.
Just asking how this all came about and how he, if indeed him, is in your possession. And if it's not him, then who is? And who are they? And are they safe?
What? I mean, what? What? What on earth is she even doing? I don't know about everyone else, but if somebody had written all of this to me at any time of the day, I would be like, what? Imagine if this is just way too much. I don't even know how to break all of it down. Do you want to listen to the series of questions again? Because it's craziness.
So, I have a couple of questions if you don't mind. How do you know anyone in the Sebastian Rogers case? Did you contact someone and tell them you had him? Do you have him? Where did you get him? Because you look like from your profile you live in Oklahoma. And how did you even know about him if you were not following the case?
Following?
Then, did you not think to call 911? Just asking how this all came about and how he, if indeed him, is in your possession.
How he who,
And
if indeed
it's
who
not
what?
him, then who is? And who are they?
Who are what,
And
where,
are they
how,
safe?
when? Dear God.
So he
Dear
said,
God. Oh, look. Shout out to Jody
I don't
Sue.
know him before. I saw him on the roadside saying, help me. He was kidnapped. I said, okay, thank you, but where and what roadside? He said, Tennessee. Now, mind you, he's from Oklahoma, but that don't mean he can't be in Tennessee. But anyway.
Thanks for that handy dandy explainer. This is pure craziness at this point. So she has asked this person 487 questions. Who, what, where, how, he, who they be, who be you, where be I, what be happening. But Smiley's on the case.
I said, so are you in Tennessee now? Is he with you? And my question is, when did you find him on the roadside? This is important. I said, Marcus, can you please, praying hands, send me a picture of him?
Not the praying hands.
Says,
oh, she
who
done
are
it now.
you to him?
She put in the praying hands, so that means, everyone, that means that it's important. Yes, Chris. Not important. That's a different creator. But important. But thank goodness you put in the little praying hands, Smiley. That'll make all the difference. It's good to know that the baby Jesus is on your side.
Him. So I said, I'm a dear friend and very scared for him. Why does that matter? I'm scared for him. I want to help him.
So Smiley identifies herself as a dear friend. So we've already got one person claiming to have allegedly picked up and collected Sebastian Rogers, and now Smiley Stories World, is claiming to be a dear friend. Smiley, have you ever met Sebastian Rogers? Have you met his family? You know, whenever you claim that Hendersonville is your stomping ground, Please tell us. YouTube would like to know. Apparently now we can just ask whatever questions we like. And Summer, I don't know, there are a lot of very gullible people on the internet apparently. Oh dear. So she's scared for him and wants to help him. It's a good job you've inserted yourself in here, Smiley. Great job. Well done.
I want to know he is okay. I have been scared he is dead. Please.
What? Do you hear that? She has been scared he is dead. But you're a good friend to Sebastian. Right, Smiley? Anybody has listened to Smiley's content over recent weeks will question on whether she's good anything, never mind a friend. But congratulations, Smiley. Well done.
Please send me a picture because so many people lie.
So she's out here doing like the full Hallmark movie of it all. She wants proof of life, basically. That's what we're doing at this point. Sure, Smiley, just tell him to get a newspaper with today's date and hold it up beside. What in the ever-loving shit are you doing? What is this? What is this? Meanwhile, they have no idea who they are actually speaking to. They can claim they have tracked a number back to a person. They don't know who actually has that number at this current time. And again, chances are they do not have Sebastian. But you don't know if they don't even have another child in mind. You don't know if it's a consideration for that person. But here you are doing the most, putting little ideas in their head, showing them that they will get attention if they reach out into this, that they do this. Because if Smiley's reaching out to them, imagine how many other people are. And again, I say if Smiley is reaching out, because she couldn't remember her own questions that she had only asked mere moments ago, apparently.
There are people, you understand, that scam and try to get hopes up, and it's not true. If you have him, show me his picture, please, sir. He needs medical help. He left.
So that would be a fatal flaw in that plan. She wants to see his picture, not I need to see that he's okay. None of that. No. She's just I want to see his picture. Now, if anybody was to be sitting out here acting the idiot on purpose, somebody off their head on whatever illicit substance they could get their hands on, they could be taking pictures of anything, sending them to you. We've seen that in Summer's case. But apparently, Smiley has learned nothing from Summer's case. Nothing. but she has designated herself a YouTube investigator. If I go missing, please, I beg you all, I don't want you to do anything, but do not let Smiley look for me. That's all I want.
Behind medication, and he may be hurt or confused. I personally thought his parents were involved. His mom, I said, help me help him. Are you there?
Again, theoretically, if she is reaching out to somebody who might have Sebastian Rogers, she has now just stated to that person that she thinks Smiley thinks his mother might be involved. What? If you don't see a problem with her having made that statement again, what your personal beliefs are completely aside to what she is doing. She has outright now stated that she thinks the mother is involved. And she's saying this to some random person who just claims to have Sebastian. She doesn't know who they are, what their mental status is, whether they've got a criminal history, whether they could be sitting next to the Proudfoot family. They have no idea. But she's on Facebook Messenger doing the most. Well done, Smiley. Well done.
He says, okay. He already explained to me what happened about Katie and Chris. I said, well, what happened? Please tell me. He said, his mother and stepdad. I said, yeah. He said, yeah. Did you know anything about his father, Seth?
So, thanks to the little bit of leading information that Smiley dropped there about the mother, now we're talking about the parents of a missing child. Nobody cares on whether this person actually has Sebastian, whether they're mentally well, whether they have weapons, whether they are in a home with other children, whether they have access to other children. None of it. None of it. She's just out here doing the most. So tell us who is trolling who at this point, Smiley. Because that's what this feels like. This is insane. I don't know anybody who could watch this and think, yeah, this is good. This is great. Let's do this. What? Right, Pearl? This is like the cannibal troll in the Summerwells case. They all allowed him to make a performance out of a missing child because they loved the drama. They're doing it all over again. Correct. It's also like the movie guy, the name that I won't name check deliberately, that put Summer and other missing children on IMDb as actors. Let law enforcement handle this. YouTube should not be playing in this. I hope to God that you have not encouraged this person, Smiley, in any way, because all you have shown them is, yeah, say any old crazy shit and people will give you attention. What do you think is going to happen next? We know what happens when you do that with a child or a toddler. They'll repeat the behavior. Even a pet will repeat the behavior. What do you think somebody who's perhaps mentally unwell or unstable or dangerous in some way, what do you think they might do? Do you think they might escalate? I hope not. I wouldn't want that on my conscience. So congratulations. Crime Stories Obsessed, Smiley Stories World, and all of your little assistants. Congratulations.
I said, like what? He didn't live with him. I said he was going to. He said, can you at least send, now here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
He
the
said,
juicy bit, everybody.
can you at least send him anything for meal? I said, you're not telling me what I already don't know. He said, I have spent a lot of money. Ding, 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 jingling, ching.
So her great problem with this is that this person has asked for money. Not that they're claiming to have a missing child, but now that they have asked for money. Again, whenever you connect that to crime sleuthing, and hey, crime sleuthing, this is in your neck of the woods. Why don't you hook up with Smiley Stories World and see what disasters you can cause together? Because Lord knows that's right up your street. You might as well at this point. Yous are doing the most out here. You don't care what craziness, what absolute delusional nonsense you're putting out here. But you care now that he's asked for the money. That's what's troubling you. Curious.
I said, you're not telling me what I already don't know. He said, I have spent a lot of money. Ding, 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 jingling, ching, ching, ching.
Lord bless us all.
I'll help him, but now you make me think you are grifting for money. Sir, I have no issues helping, but I need a photo or answers on him. I said, you're not helping me help him. So he says, I know. He is not your friend. I said, okay then. If you want my help, now in the meantime, I'm getting checks run on him, okay? I said, in the meantime, okay, if you want my help, I can and I will help, but I need your help. Yes, I am his friend. He had more friends than he even knows. I said, I've been up a lot of hours. I've cried many tears over him.
Oh my word.
Now, you're either a person in this trying to get money from people. I said, I hope not.
She has cried many tears, everyone. Therefore, she's invested. She's like totes emotionally invested in this whole thing. It's a good job that you said that, Smiley, because otherwise people would have just thought you were out here like a mercenary, channel building, money grabbing for yourself. But yeah, Reach out and buy some merch, everyone.
And I don't want to think that, hun. I said, or you're really trying to help him. And if you are, I have nothing bad to say.
Hun.
I said, I need to know, though. I need proof. Show me his picture. Make a picture with you and him.
Here's the thing, Smiley. You don't need shit. You don't have any jurisdiction over this person. You are a regular citizen. You have no more right to ask this person for anything than I do. None. But you're out here wanting them to do a little art project now. Make a picture. Make a picture with you and him. Yeah.
Can you do that? I said, I ask you again, is he okay?
Why is she also talking to them like they're hard of hearing? Is that just me that picks that up? It's weird.
Show me his picture. Make a picture with you and him. Can you do that? I said, I ask you again, is he okay? I said, where has he been these 53 days?
Oh, dear Lord. That little shout out to this little smiley here, if you can see on the screen, and this little smiley here. They're doing the most right now. They're the only smileys that I support on this current stream. She now wants a backstory. Absolutely. Great idea. Well done, Smiley.
How long have you had him? When did you find him? When did you get him, or did you?
And what are you going to do about it, Smiley? Surely, if you have already reported this to law enforcement, you should let them investigate all of this. They should be the ones to be handling this. They should be the ones to be reaching out to this person. What if they do not have Sebastian Rogers? And then what? Are you even remotely concerned that they might consider doing this to another child? That you're preparing them? I am. This is weird to me.
You said on the side of the road. There's a lot of roads in the United States. Where did you get him? When you got him, what shape was he in?
What? You said you found him on the side of the road. Okay, that could have maybe been one of your earlier questions. Which road did you find him on? That would have maybe been a slightly more normal question to ask if you were going to ask anything. But again, this is all pointless. This is all performative. What shape was he in? You should be disgusted with yourself, Smiley.
What clothes was he wearing? Did he have anything with him? What time of day or night did you find him? Help me understand this.
Help me understand this. Help the people that are watching this understand this. That's why I'm doing this stream, because I was watching this thinking, oh my good God, this is insane. This is literal craziness. Good news, everybody. My chat has finally turned up on the side of the screen. Great. Love that for me. Hi. I've been trying to look at 3 different places. And right, Eliza? The shape of a boy, the shape of a shoe, the shape of an octopus. I mean, so many questions. I could go full idiot on taking this apart, and I'm trying. I'm really fighting. As you all well know, I can be sarcastic. This is still me being restrained. This is still me trying to get a message across rather than go full idiot. This is bizarre. And right, Popcorn, why should this person answer Smiley with anything? What if the police reach out to this person now and they now think, well, I'm being trolled. I can just say whatever I like. Here's a picture I made up on Facebook. Great. Well done. It's insane. Am I the only one whose head feels like it's about to pop off? Because I feel like it's just she is doing way too much. You're not law enforcement, Smiley. You've clearly proven you barely know how to formulate a question or a sentence, never mind an investigation. You have no jurisdiction here. You have no legal recourse. And you keep doing this. You keep reaching out to people and screwing about in these cases. It's only a matter of time until you find the wrong one. This is way too much. Stop. Please stop. Cease and desist. Hey, Crime Sleuthing, could you send Smiley Stories World a cease and desist for this kind of behaviour? Please, you obviously want to send them to everybody. I think that sending her one for this behaviour would be perfect use of your time right now. Do that. Right, Robin? That was like literally my reaction. I was just like, you have got to be shitting me, Smiley. I literally had to wait until I could calm down. This is me being calm. Yes, only the baby teeths. Jessie. But seriously, where are you, Crime Sleuthing? Go get your girl. Help her. God bless us, you might as well get involved in this nonsense too. Lord. Maybe Smiley can send you a 10% off voucher for her merch or something.
If it is real. So he said, did I know him before? Why all the questions? That's what he said. I said, again, I'm trying to make sense of this. Why not all the questions? I told you I'm not trying to be scammed.
Oh,
I said, I mean, your Facebook profile says you're 20 years old, but your picture, older than that. No.
So, whoever had been helping Smiley, because she clearly did not do this herself, Smiley will readily admit her grasp of technology is basic at best, as we have seen with the waving of the phone at the screen, the printed out pages, etc. No shame. Go analog. Do the most. Live your best life. But there is no way you were out here clicking on researching on anything, Smiley. You make me feel the opposite of Smiley. You should rename yourself to Rage Inducing Stories World. That would suit you perfectly.
Offense, he said it was a mistype. I said, people can lie. I said, I'm trying to make sure this is true. I said, you mistyped your 20? I said, so do you live in Tennessee? I said, how do you know Seth, Katie, and Chris? He said, because he told me. I said, what did he tell you about them? He said, Chris is his stepdad, and he lives with him. I said, and what else?
I put it to you, Smiley Stories World, that this person knows Seth, Katie, and Chris the same way you do. From having had their child go missing, from being on the news, from being all over social media. As you can hear from my voice, I'm not from Tennessee. Shout out to your wonderful team of researchers. But if I know about Sebastian Rogers, I'm pretty sure that there's a few Americans have heard of Sebastian Rogers also. So it's almost like you're just trying to dig up content at this point from this person. You're certainly not doing it for any beneficial reason. You're not trying to help anyone other than yourself, your channel, to channel build. You don't care. You don't care what you're doing here. You have zero concern. Zero concern about what this person might do after this conversation, either to themselves or to someone else. You don't give a shit, Smiley.
So he didn't answer. I said, you said also you spent a lot of money on him. How and for what? What did he say about Katie? I said, do you have an email address? Can you send me his picture? There was a reason I asked that. I said, or we can FaceTime. By this time, I got information. I said, who is Heather? He said, don't know. I said, okay.
So Smiley now has thrown in the names of other people into this. What if there is a Heather connected to this person in real life who has no idea what the heck is going on here? And Smiley Stories World has just thrown her name into the middle of it. I mean, I don't know any regular person, anyone I've ever had contact with, who would let someone they have any contact with behave in this way, where they're reaching out claiming to have a missing child in their home Smiley doesn't care if this person is mentally ill. Smiley doesn't care if this person is trolling. Smiley does not give a shit. Smiley doesn't care about Sebastian Rogers either, because otherwise she wouldn't be putting this out here. Even under the most slim chance that this was true.
I said, do you know another Chris? There's a reason I asked that. I said, do you know another Chris, not his stepdad? He didn't answer. I said, where's Sebastian at now? What is he doing? I said, you said you spent a lot of money on him. What for? He said, buying him meds and a meal. I said, and now I'm getting mad. So I said,
uh-oh, Smiley's mad, everyone. Now, I don't know about y'all, but just having watched what's only 23 minutes of this craziness, a lot more with my explanation and covering Crime Stories Obsessed as well, that I'm very fucking mad. And strangely enough, it's not quite at the person who has reached out claiming to have a missing child. That's up to law enforcement to go and investigate. They will handle that. If they are given the opportunity to do so. If there aren't people running around here on YouTube doing the absolute most to cause further damage in an already tragic situation. I say tragic because we still do not know where Sebastian Rogers is. All of this will come and go. We still do not know where that little boy is. But it's a good job Smiley had something to entertain herself while she was having her morning coffee. Read a book, Smiley.
you can't buy him medication. Come on, man. Now, what kind of meds? I said, let me explain something to you, sir. I sat here and wasted time talking to you, trying to find something out, and this child that I really care about, and you're sitting here lying your fucking ass off.
So are you.
He said he took lithium. I don't know what kind of medicine Sebastian takes. Does anybody know what medicine he takes?
This is the good friend of Sebastian Rogers now asking her chat if they know what kind of medicine Sebastian takes. The fact you have to ask that from your chat should be a sign that you're either not meant to know, because I'm pretty sure if it was in any way life-threatening, law enforcement would have made that very clear. If the medication or the lack thereof was going to cause significant imminent damage. But she's asking this random person who claims to have Sebastian, who claims to have paid for medicine and a meal, what kind of medicine he takes. Again, for what? What are you going to do about it, Smiley? Tell YouTube? Well done. Well done.
Because that's been held pretty close to the vest. So if he...
Right? And yet here you are. Here you are. Wanting other people to put it into your chat. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. If law enforcement wanted you to know, they would tell you. If Sebastian's parents felt it was life-threatening, they would have told people. There's a reason that you don't know, because you don't need to know. It's not your business.
He takes lithium and somebody knows that, and he's taking lithium. Seth, Katie, Chris, if that's the truth, and Ellie knows that to be true, and this man knows that, then that might be your bingo card. Well, he very well might take Whisperadol and Adderall. That don't mean he don't take lithium too.
Oh, now we're just playing medication bingo. Throw out a name. Put out all the things. Just pick any medication you have ever heard of with a mental health usage and throw it in there. That's responsible, right, Smiley? There's this child that you care about so much, you're just to say that this is dangerous would be understating it, because now the people who have watched Smiley's stream will go from Smiley's chat, and she will say she has no responsibility for this, but they will go from her chat to another chat saying, well, I heard he takes lithium. I heard. I saw. And they'll share that. They'll put it out there. Then you'll hear other YouTube creators talking about it. And suddenly, people think it's fact. It's fucking gross.
It don't mean he don't take lithium too. He could very well take lithium. I'm just saying. Yeah, of course it would take a prescription. But anyway, I'm just saying. Ellie, wake up! Because I've known people that take lithium and Whisperadol and all the things. So
Smiley has known people that take lithium, and to use her pronunciation, not the subtitles, but she said Risperdal. Not Risperidol, Risperdal. If you know that, Smiley, you would have some small insight into why someone would need those medications. You would have some basic respect for not putting out their supposed guesstimated health information out there just for shits and giggles. To use Soup's terminology, you are the send-off dummy now for these people. That's who you are. You are a useful idiot out here putting the most on this little boy.
don't even try me with that. And I don't care if you're my bestest friends. Don't even try me with that. Just saying. But I did tell him, why are you lying? I said, do you have kids? I said, you know, in every single case, I don't care what case it is, there's always trolls. There's always grifters, scammers, and I'm starting to believe that's exactly what you are. I said, you're trying to get money off people and the whole website.
The whole website. Oh my lord. Say it ain't so, Smiley. Say it ain't so. fact that she is more concerned about the potential of somebody sending this man money. She's not alerting people to the fact that maybe this man's not mentally well. Maybe people know about this person. Law enforcement knows about this person. Please don't involve yourself. Law enforcement are going to handle it. She could have said any of those things and left it there. No. She's had a whole dialogue with this person, asking for photographic evidence, talking about her theory on the case, talking about Sebastian's supposed health concerns, according to Smiley, what they may or may not be, because she knows so much that she clearly knows nothing. But her concern is the money, because after all, if you're going to send this random person who is claiming to have a missing child, and this person is not the first who will do this. There are people who do this all the time. It's just the sad fact of life. From ever we have had communication with each other, there are people who would do this. But one thing we do know is that we do not have the ability as regular citizens to really do anything about it. Law enforcement does. That's why they're there. That's why they have those jobs. That's why we employ them. That's why we pay for them. We paid for trained professionals to do this work, so that this level of pitchfork grabbing on any level would not happen. And that's what we're watching now. It's just digital. Now just grabbing little digital pitchforks, doing the most. But Smiley's going to tell him all about himself. I'm sure he feels suitably ashamed after this. He'll never do it again, I'm sure.
And off the internet. I said, you do not have Sebastian. You never had Sebastian. If you did, you would have called 911. I said, you would have. I said, you wouldn't have. I've said KILLED. That's not what I meant. I said, you would have kept him, but that was a typo. You would have kept him for yourself. And I meant you would.
Oh, let's just go back, because this part is where I nearly lost my entire mind. So when she is saying here that she didn't mean this word that she has clearly typed, there's a reason why she's not showing you the words that she has sent to this person. There's a reason why, and we're about to hear it. Whether it was Smiley or one of our helpful little friends who gather information on YouTube subscribers just for shits and giggles. But one of them has reached out to this person who is claiming to have a missing child, and then suggested that he killed Sebastian for himself.
I said, you wouldn't have. I've said KILLED. That's not what I meant. I said, you would have kept him, but that was a typo. You would have kept him for yourself. And I meant you wouldn't have kept him for yourself and your family. I said, your family. And then I start putting out what I found out about him. I said, and your family, Martin? Sorry, Martin. You better check your people. I said, and your family, Martin, and all the people. I'm letting him know I know who the fuck he is. I said, and your family, Martin, and all the people. What did they think about this?
I don't need to contact this man's. I'm assuming it's a man. Because at the end of the day, all that Smiley has is the digital footprint of this person. This could be man, woman, child. It could be anybody. We have no idea. But here she is for the second time, putting somebody else's name into this, who probably has not an effing clue that any of this is going on, and she's just putting it out here on YouTube, not letting law enforcement reach out to them, not providing it all to law enforcement. Here's their family member's name. Maybe you could reach. No. It's almost like you have no idea how any of this would work. Because you have zero training, zero common sense, zero couth, zero manners, zero intelligence, and zero fucking concern for Sebastian Rogers.
Now, do you want to get real or get real with me? I said, the truth is the truth. So start telling me the truth. I said, you want to mess around with a missing child? Okay. I said, that may be deceased or alive? I said, I don't know. I said, and his family, you want to mess with them? I said, I'm fixing to blast you everywhere that I can, word of mouth, and everywhere that supports me and mine. And then I'm fixing to turn you into the cops. I know exactly.
So, she had this whole conversation before reaching out to law enforcement. Smiley, if you don't see where there's a problem there, you need to, in fact, just turn off your internet. Never mind shut down your channel. Just be done. Go out, touch grass, get reacquainted with the planet, because whatever you're thinking you're doing here, it's insane. Smiley, do you think that you reached out to this person and then you turned it into law enforcement and they were like, oh, it's fine. Smiley did our work for us. We don't need to do anything. We can just have another cup of tea and a donut, everybody. Do you think that's what happened? Do you think any of the people in your chat, Smiley, would have maybe followed your lead and reached out to this person? Or as Ernie would say, reached out to them. Do you think they reached out?
Exactly who you are and exactly where you are, and you won't have leverage. I said, you want to show? I said, you want leverage? I said, you show me Sebastian and you show me Sebastian now. You know what he said? He said, stop texting me. I said, oh, I will, buddy. Smile around and find out.
And there we have it, everyone. She's, this lady, and I use that term very, very loosely, has chosen this moment to say to this very clearly unwell person, smile around and find out. If this man wasn't, or woman, whoever it is, if they weren't unstable beforehand, I would suggest telling them smile around and find out might just send them over the fucking edge, because I know it nearly did with me. Stop that, Smiley. Stop that. It's not cute. It's irritating. And it's, in this circumstance, really fucking weird.
Show me Sebastian and you show me Sebastian now. You know what he said? He said, stop texting me. I said, oh, I will, buddy. Smile around and find out, because you're fixing to be on candid camera.
Oh, she was proud of that comment. Those 2 comments. So much so she showed you those ones. She didn't show you any of the others, but she wants to show you those. She's proud of that moment. I don't know what in the 1970s you think you're doing here, Smiley, with your candid camera. Because yes, I'm old enough to understand what that is. But you're this is just weird. As if this person doing this, claiming to have a missing child, wasn't weird in the first place. You have managed to make this 110 more levels of weird. Congratulations. Well done, Smiley. Smile around and find out.
And so here we are. He smiled around and found out. And guess what? It's going to the Lord, and it's going to the cops, and the TBI, FBI, and everybody is in there. And I hope
It's going. Not it has gone. It's going. So, Smiley, did you actually contact law enforcement already, or did you hit go live after having this epically long conversation with this person? Did you hit go live before you even let law enforcement know, despite what you said at the start of the stream? Is that what you did? Between you and Crime Stories Obsessed, neither of you give law enforcement the opportunity to investigate this. Neither of you give law enforcement the opportunity to handle any of it. You've watched way too much CSI and think that things just happen within milliseconds. It takes time for one investigator to reach out to another, for somebody to go out to a location, for somebody to research a person, for cops not to be walking into somewhere that could be full of weapons or somebody who's trying to cause them harm or such a thing. But no, Smiley just made it all better. We can all just pack up and go home, everybody.
Seth turns it over to his PIs, and I got all of his background, and I got all of his people, and I got everybody.
That's weird.
Anybody that wants it can have it.
Anybody.
That is somebody.
Anybody
Now,
that wants it.
Harassing his family.
Anybody that wants it can have this person's background. You've done that before, Smiley. And again, that brings me back to Duchess's stream. The link for which is in my description. Hopefully I can get one of the mods to drop it if they can. You're very loose with other people's information. Do you remember what it was like, Smiley, when someone reached out to your location, your family members? You remember how you hit the roof then? It was okay for you to do that, to react like that, but you're doing it to other people constantly. Yet here you are. By the way, Crime Sleuthing, did you get that information yet? Did she send it to you yet? I'm sure you were on it like white on rice.
But yes, boom, 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 boom.
Please don't go harassing his family after you have put 2 names out there. Whenever you were calling them to come basically get their man. And don't ever say boom, 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 boom again, because that's, oh my God, the cringe is just too much.
Smile around and find out.
No.
Tragedy pimps. That's your tragedy pimps.
You're a tragedy pimp, Smiley.
That's your exploiters.
You are an exploiter, Smiley.
That's the ones.
You are the one, Smiley.
On these missing kids.
On this particular missing child and
Don't
others.
Come. In this community. Freaking with my community that I'm working on something and put it out.
What?
Because I will call. I'll come knocking.
Who?
And I'll turn it in. And
when? After you've had an hour-long conversation with them. After you've asked for evidence of whether they have a thing or not. After you've had a whole little chit-chat. After you have entirely fucked up any possibility of any legal action. After that. After you have potentially put other people in danger. After you have potentially put law enforcement in danger. After you have potentially put an entire new community in danger of something similar happening. Boom, 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 boom. Right, Smiley?
And I don't care what these messy ass people say about me. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, just like Crime Stories Obsessed and Crime Sleuthing, I want you to stay on the platform. I want you to continue to show the world what you're doing. Because people need to know. This is more than just my opinion of this. If you don't see what is so fucking wrong with this person doing this, I don't know what to tell you. You're in the wrong sector of YouTube, possibly in the wrong sector of life. But, dear God, this is not the first time Smiley has done this. This is not a personal situation. This is Smiley being reckless with a case, with other people's information, and being reckless with her audience. All of the things.
This is my friend.
Is it? If Sebastian, Wayne, Drake, Rogers is your friend, Smiley, then you wouldn't be doing any of this. If you cared about that child or any other child, you wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't.
I'm Sebastian's friend. Like it or not. Like it or not. And if you know anything about Sebastian, Wayne, Drake Rogers. Then just call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Call 911 if you think you see him. Better safe than sorry. Call 615-451-3838. Call 1-800-THE-LOST.
You know who you wouldn't be calling? You wouldn't be calling YouTube. You wouldn't be calling Smiley Stories World. You wouldn't be calling Crime Stories Obsessed. You wouldn't be calling any of their merry little assistants. Call law enforcement. There's a reason that the numbers to contact are put on a missing poster. That's why a missing poster is so important not to interfere with. But this idiot, Smiley Stories World, that talks about herself in the third person all the time, that thinks she can investigate all of the things. You're doing too much, Smiley. Stop that. If you considered this child at all, you would not be doing this.
Don't pick him up on the side of the road and kidnap him yourself.
Oh, the dramatics.
Don't try to scam this community.
Anyone who ever's watched Lip Lock will recognize that.
Don't try to scam this community on a missing kid with billboards, money.
Yeah, you know who's done that before, Smiley? People scamming with billboards. Because you didn't understand it the first time. You didn't understand it the second time it was done. But you're out here investigating, doing the most. You think you've got this one, right? Out here investigating all the things. Gonna have to get you a little magnifying glass for your very self. Well, and Crime Stories Obsessed, so that she can see the tiny writing. And then she might have the name of the supposed person she's looking for at that moment. Fuck my life.
All for fuck's sake over a missing child.
That's the first thing we agree on, Smiley. But I would add you into that. You can clap your hands all you want. You can put on your little performance all you want. Did you contact law enforcement before you hit the go live button? Did you? You're here doing your wee performance. Reminds me of somebody. Go on, squeeze out a tear, Smiley.
And then come try to talk to somebody and tell them, you got him. You got him. You ain't got shit, but you're fixing to get some cuffs. You keep this shit up.
A bit like yourself, Smiley.
Anything like this, you turn in. And it takes more than one person. This man right here. Look at him. Good. Good.
Now, considering Smiley struggles with technology, we'll just do the most basic of explainers. Anybody can take any picture from the internet, create a social media profile. They can create a whole history for that person. It can all be an entire work of fiction. But Smiley's out here waving this picture like she's got a mugshot. You have no idea who you've even been talking to. Right, Robin? It's like catfish. That's what we need. The catfish people. I think that would actually be a far better investigative team, to be honest. At least they have some basic understanding that people do some weird shit. It's insane. I'm telling you, it's a good job. Certain YouTubers are already hooked up because Lord knows they might be seeing this potential person as a romantic interest.
Do you hear me? Look at him. Good. Good, good, good. And his profile is on lock.
Yep, this is the person that Smiley is indeed claiming to have spoken to Proud Marine Mum. Now, that's where her opinion and my opinion are going to be very different. Whether or not it was that person, I have no idea. The only people who should know are law enforcement. But Smiley's out here telling everybody that it's that person. I hope that somebody just with a grudge against this particular person hasn't been out here doing the most, because Smiley has just orchestrated an online lynch mob for this person. Very proudly. Very proudly. Well done, Smiley. Smile around and find out. Has she forgotten she's live? I mean, maybe she ran out of coffee at this point. It's hard to tell. The wheels have seemed to have come off the stream. Maybe he's replying to her.
Y'all go do your own research.
Or just don't.
Sorry.
How about you let law enforcement handle it?
Research.
Report it to law enforcement. Let them handle it.
There's an entire thing, and my research ain't from Facebook only. Smiley gets it.
What?
Whether you like it or not.
That's embarrassing. Stop that.
Have a great positive day. And Mr. Marcus, get a life. Amen.
Amen. Amen, everybody. Amen. Amen. I cannot. It's too much. At this point, it's just too much. This is insane. I have never witnessed anything quite so unhinged in this sector of YouTube, and she dedicated a whole live stream to it. She was proud of it. She was happy to do it. You could see by the end of it there, she was totally on a roll. Smile around and find out, everyone. We see you, Smiley. We see you. Right, NJ Robin? There are trolls everywhere. From humans have ever existed, there's going to be some wee agent, as we would say over here, who will just be mucking about, whether it's because they're thinking they're pulling some sort of joke or little move on people, either to have fulfill their twisted sense of humor, their damaged ego, or whether they have mental health issues. Whatever the case might be, they're obviously very broken. Nobody who is well intact and seemingly normal does stuff like this. And subsequently, nobody who claims to be a true crime channel would then follow it up with that little performance. And that's why we're here, everybody, to make sure that everybody sees this, because the world needs to know what she was doing. The world needs to know, because it was so much. It's too much. How many times do you need to do this stuff before people start calling your ass out? So I'm glad that you've now hitched your wagon to Jays for Justice. I'm sure she will look forward to the attention that you've just brought her. She'll be very proud of your work. I mean, that's not at all embarrassing. Oh, dear God. Dear God. Chris, I'm trying not to take that very personally. But I'll take it nonetheless. So on that happy note, we've been all here for far too long at this point. I didn't mean to keep you all here for so long, but I appreciate each and every one of you that have stuck it out here. Does anyone have any questions, final thoughts, any of the naughty words, any of the things that they would like to add before we bring this cacophony of insanity to a close? Because I want to say all of the naughty words, and I'm really trying not to. I'm trying my best. I'm trying. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. Hey, Chris. Well, we have spent many's a night together. What can I say? One for old times. Thank you very much for being here, everybody. I'm surprised I didn't say all the words. There was a song that I was going to add at the end, but I decided at the last moment that it would be a little bit too spicy. Just a little bit. So I've decided to save that until another moment. So, you know, if I ever tell you I'm going to play the song, you'll remember what it was. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you. And remember, please do not smile around and find out. Please use your brain. Please do not put other people at risk. The fact that we even have to say these things is insane. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to all the new subs. Thank you to everybody chatting and hanging out and watching this crazy mess. I appreciate you. And yeah, protect yourself on these crazy YouTube streets. Love you, everybody. Bye.
One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. There's a serpent in these still waters, lying deep down. To that king I will bow, at least for now. One of these days are coming, I'm gonna take that boy's crown. 'Cause I am a little wicked. I am, 'cause I am. Hands up, just like you. this much I know. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on the throne. 'Cause I am a little wicked. Hands raised, just like you said. I am a little wicked. I am a little wicked. I am, yes I am. Hands raised, just like you said. I am a little wicked. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne. No one calls you honey when you're sitting on a throne.